So hopefully you've watched the section on Illuminati before you go into this section here on martial law. Basically, the martial law thing is it's the scariest of all, to be honest with you, because you probably think this is crazy, right? I did too when I started looking at this stuff. But there's so much evidence that I have a personal friend who is on the SWAT team in Los Angeles, and he told me last year that they are training and going in with the soldiers and with the government. He's a trainer of SWAT guys, so they're training soldiers how to do SWAT stuff. So it's a different kind of training. So in LA they are working on this. This whole thing with the concentration camps may or may not be true, but there's a lot of videos showing concentration camps and that train thing where they got the holes on the side for ventilation that they could just drive in there and gas everybody. That's pretty scary. We're talking Auschwitz stuff here. Now, that's pretty far-fetched. I know. I get that. That's out there. I agree it's out there. And I don't even want to believe it, right? It's like, if that's the case, okay? First of all, Bush has passed these laws. Part of the Patriot Act, Patriot Act 2, he could be almost like a dictator. Personally, my opinion is that he's not going to do it. He's going to pass the buck to Obama and make Obama do it. Because that way Obama could say, oh, I don't really have a choice here. I inherited all these problems that Bush made. So I'm just, we're going to have the giver of change. We're going to change the world. Yeah, they're going to change it. They're going to put people like me in a prison camp for speaking out against the government. That's why I'm wearing the disguise thing here. Hopefully it works. But you don't want to be on the red or blue list, which this does talk about that. So they're going to, basically this is how it's going to come down. When they crash the economy, there will be civil unrest. When there's civil unrest, Bush can blow the whistle and say, okay, now we call in the army to take care of these people. They did it in the Great Depression. Watch those videos on the History Channel and iTunes about what happened in the Great Depression. The army and the cops marched on the people. They killed 40 people in the Great Depression. Did you know that? I didn't know that. That the people were protesting, and they weren't even like throwing rocks or anything yet. They were just saying, you know what? I forget what they were protesting. I have to watch it again. But they were just peacefully protesting, and there's video. Well, there was a video there of what the cops did. They just opened fire on the crowds and killed a whole bunch of people. So it's not like America hasn't done it before. Okay, if we're protesting and if it gets like into a riot, like in the riots of LA or what happened in Katrina, bottom line is they could call up the troops. They've already brought a garrison from Iraq back to America in October. These guys are trained, going house to house. You don't want to mess with these dudes, man. It's like people who think they're going to get the guns and they're going to fight the army. You're crazy. Good luck. I mean, I'll support you. I'll cook your food or, work in the background, but I'm not going up against the army. They've got great weapons and they're just going to kick your ass. So there's got to be a different strategy in that regard. And I think the strategy basically is if everybody wakes up and everybody knows what's going to happen, and maybe we don't pay our taxes this year. Maybe we say, hell no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to give you our money. You've already taken everything. Because I forgot when they crash the economy, they'll be rioting in the streets. Okay, you won't be able to get your money out of the bank. You won't be able to eat. The system will break down like almost overnight. This is what they're predicting. Okay, there won't be any food, so people are going to go crazy, and they'll protest. They're going to bring in the army. If you don't do what they say, kabam! They'll be shooting you on sight or arresting you and putting you into a concentration camp. They've built over 400 concentration camps around the U.S. Don't believe it. None of my friends, when I tell them that, believe it. But look at the evidence here under the martial law section of the video. So, what do we do? I don't have the answer to that. I'm looking for some answers. I would like, if you find any answers out there of what to do when this shit comes down, when this stuff comes down, send it to me. Okay? Because I really want to know. I mean, I'm prepared. I got my silver. I got my gold. I got, a gun. I've got food and water and generators. We're ready for that part, right? So we'll survive a few months on that. But if it keeps going, what do you do? What's the plan out there? How do we get America back? How do we get the Congress to actually, stand up to the Constitution. The only way I could see is we protest and we don't pay our taxes because they're milking us for the money so they can do all these things. But if they don't have the money and we don't accept their paper money that they're just printing out of thin air, maybe that's what we can do. I don't know. I'm just a guy who makes goofy videos and put this website together. I'm looking for an answer. I really am. I would love to hear any kind of answer. Don't have to do it. Just haven't seen one. Haven't seen an answer other than be prepared. Beyond that, I don't see a leader. I don't see somebody stepping up to the plate and saying, I've got an answer, I've got a plan, this is what we're going to do. Okay? I would love to listen to that guy. Okay? Haven't found him. If you know who he is, if you found him, send it to me, okay, on this website thing. Okay, martial law. The videos kind of speak for themselves. It'll be like Nazi Germany in America. And you think, I know what you're thinking, no friggin' way America's going to come to that. Yeah, I bet you Germans thought that too, before the Weimar Republic. No way this is going to happen to Germany. If the Jews knew that Hitler was doing and going to do what he did, and they went out and bought guns and had food and be ready for him, when the Germans came in to arrest them, if they would have fought back, Hitler wouldn't have been able to do it because there were so many Jews. And if they were armed, back then they didn't have the weapons that they have now, with these, what do they call it? These like death ray things that like immobilize you and tasers and all that kind of stuff. They basically had machine guns and guns, just like the civilians have. So the civilians, the Jews, could have fought back at that time. I don't think it's an option right now for us to fight back. But the Jews could have, except for they just went, oh, okay, we trust you. This would never happen in Germany. Take me to a concentration camp and kill me and burn me. If you get arrested and you're going to a concentration camp, run. Do whatever you can do. You're toast. You know what I mean? Don't get caught. Bottom line. Okay, so they're going to come after me now. Anyway, scary stuff. You are at the bottom of the rabbit hole now. This section is the last section regarding the stuff that you need to know, and then I'm going to the section on Bush and Cheney just kind of lets you know how evil our president and vice president are and the stuff that they've done. And what else do we got? Gold and silver. That's a quick one. Alex Jones. I'll talk about Alex Jones in the Alex Jones section. That's about all. Watch the section on martial law. You're pretty much at the bottom of the rabbit hole now. If you've come this far, I'm sure you can't stop now. Good luck.